Last week and this week has been a crucial week for crypto and Bitcoin. Remember, I told you guys that whether we stay above $94,000, we can go right up to about $110,000. And if we stay below 90K, we can go straight to about $65,000 or even $75,000. All the target or levels that I mentioned based on market structure came to reality. That's why on this channel, I've made it a priority to focus solely on market structure, look at ranges, look at key areas where Bitcoin can go to, and knowing the fact that Bitcoin moves the market or Bitcoin has the most liquidity. And when Bitcoin moves, most other altcoins like Solana, Ethereum, and many more moved alongside Bitcoin. No wonder if you look right now on crypto bubbles, you can see that there have been some altcoins doing well. Still, regardless the fact that Bitcoin has been in a downtrend or the entire crypto market is in a downtrend. When you look at this chart of Bitcoin, you see that we break structure and we are now at a key range where we're going to be looking at key levels during this week. And then from next week, we're going to focus on the same thing to see how price is going to react to all of those key levels. You are welcome back here on the Betong Crypto, a place where we talk about crypto step by step with clarity, honesty, and certainty. Yeah, certainty, because what we do here is market structure. When structure is broken, there's certainty that price is either going to go straight to the previous low or retest the structure which was broken. That means support became resistance, and if resistance is flipped, resistance becomes support. That's the core concept of market structure. If you really want to learn more about market structure, I've done videos on how to go about all of this. Just check my playlist, market structure playlist, or watch my videos every now and then. You're going to understand how I go about looking at all of this. Now, today, what I want us to look at is going to be more on what this week has done, weekly close. Where should we expect this week to close? And how can we focus on protecting our capital? We don't look at Bitcoin dominance, USD dominance, Ethereum, Solana, gold, silver. We don't rush through all of this chart quickly on the higher time frame to see where we are with this asset, and then from there we can decide how we're gonna react to it based on previous price action. Subscribe nice and early. Let's get this done real quick. So now, this is Bitcoin on the weekly setup, right? So if we have to look at what has happened, we break this structure here. That was what did yeah, we break this structure last week. Yeah, last week we break this structure with high volume, But before then, we saw this engulfing candle. Yeah, that led to the break of this structure. And I'm gonna show you guys something about this engulfing candle based on another chart, which is a Bitcoin dominance chart. But you see, we break structure, and ever since we have been dumping, we dump right down to $60,000, and this is like I think reasonable because this was half of this move. Like if we look at this whole move here, right? This whole zone is demand and supply zone. You see that price came to the midpoint of this zone. Usually that's what happened. When you create that range, price is gonna go right to half of that range. In that case, you can see it went right down to 60K. So whenever you can do the same thing here, if price is gonna come here, you mark this range, this stop range with this to this down range. That's the low and the high of this weekly setup. Yeah, this demand zone. The midpoint is where price usually go straight to, and if you are expecting any cool down or reversal, it's gonna be from that point in time. And if we lose the midpoint, then we are going straight down to this other low here, which is gonna be around $48,000 or about $55,000 for Bitcoin. But for now, we are in this range. And if you understand support and resistance, then now is the time to understand that as we have flipped this range, the next thing price is gonna do is to retest this range to about $75,000. So $75,000 should be the main resistance now. It was support before. Now that price has flipped, it's gonna become the next resistance. Now, talking about today's price action, looking at the daily time frame, let's see the bias for the day. Okay, look at the dip here. We have been in a constant dip here. So I think this like today's candle can take us right up to $73,000 for Bitcoin. Yeah, it can happen. Right. But if it's not the case, well, it might just recover half of this move. So let's see where is half of this move, or how is it like based on the daily setup. So taking this to this top here, the half of the move is gonna be around $67,000. So we should expect Bitcoin to go right up to about 67,000 or even $68,000 today, like recover half of this. And if say we actually break and close below $68,000, then it means we can easily go straight away to $73,000 or $75,000. So the week might close with Bitcoin going right up to $75,000, or just stay like move sideways. Yeah, sideways today might end around 68, 67,000. Then tomorrow we see pullback here again. Then price can just be moving like that until we see the breakout. Maybe that's what price might do. Exactly what price did here. You can see if we let's backdate this. We're gonna get more data about this here. So you see, if we take this back here, you see that price did the same thing. Price came here, moved sideways a little bit before we saw that movement to the downside, right? So this is what I'm looking at currently for Bitcoin. Now going to Ethereum, you see that before we go to Ethereum, let's see. Okay, let's just take Ethereum first. But all I want to see with Ethereum is the same thing with Bitcoin. I want to see whether Ethereum is reacting to the same price action as Bitcoin. Yeah, Ethereum is doing the same thing as Bitcoin. Okay, you can see this dump here. But one thing I'm looking at here with Ethereum is that if we manage to close above this range, like around this range, then it's gonna be a good thing. If this week manage to close, above this box, then it's gonna be good thing for Ethereum, right? For now, if we close out of this range, then it means we have broken major support zone, which is gonna at one point flip to resistance. So this is going to be really cool. We want to stay inside this demand zone in order to make it back, be able to make it back to this other demand zone here. you know. So yeah, anything can happen from where we are currently. Remember, I told you guys this is a low after this higher. This is I'm looking at this zone as a low. We are still in structure based on the weekly setup for for Ethereum. That's why we don't want to see price take out this low, this other block here. The fair value gap has been taken out. That was okay. Now this other block should have been taken out. It's good to see how price is reacting positively. Yeah. And if you look at um Solana went right down to, like, I've talked about this a couple of times already, that Solana is going to this price point. If we're gonna lose this zone, then this is the next target based on previous price action. I even marked the zone, yeah, based on this level. And you can see how price is respecting that area, at demand and supply area, even though it's not that, I would say, it's not really that kind of a demand and supply zone, but it's just a support zone here that price actually is able to hold. Right. So if we manage to hold above this zone here for Solana, then it's gonna be good news for Solana. Right. But Bitcoin and Ethereum need to be positive as well. They need to give us that momentum to confirm that maybe we should be going to the upside. But from what I'm seeing here for Solana, the fact that we are holding here is good. But if we lose this zone, if we close below $70 then we can go straight to $25. Right? Yeah, $25. Let's see. This one first is high. Yeah. It's $46 first. Yeah, 46, $47, or even right up to about $58. So these are the ranges that, like this whole range. If we lose that zone where we are, this is the range. Okay, I already marked this one here. So let me just take it to the future and the past. So this is the range. If we're gonna lose that area for um Solana, this is the range that Solana is going to be looking at next. This range here. So from 47, let me just say 48. dollars, right down to $25 will be the next range for Solana. If say Solana is gonna lose this zone. Now, there's one thing I want to show you guys here when it comes to, like, I'm looking at a possibility of an altcoin season soon. Why I say so? Let me explain. Let's go for that. Let me explain to you guys why I think we might be having an alt season soon. Let's go to the chart of um let me see this one. Okay. Let's look at USD dominance, not USD, Bitcoin dominance chart. So this is Bitcoin dominance chart. Okay. All this while on the weekly setup, you see what has been going on here. It's very important you understand what I'm about to say here, because most of you have been asking all season, and all should be doing well against Bitcoin. So look at this. Yeah, usually when Bitcoin is dumping, right, all coins are gonna dump more than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dominance is gonna increase. In this case, Bitcoin is dumping and all coins are dumping. The ratio is almost the same, right? But Bitcoin is dumping more than altcoin if you look at the liquidity, right? So looking at this level here, you see that we attempted first and there was a break, there was a rejection here. We attempted again and there was a rejection here. And price started ranging until we are seeing this now. This could be a hammer. Sorry, this could be an engulfing candle, right? And if this if this closes as an engulfing candle, then it means that the next week is gonna be sweet for altcoins. Altcoins are gonna recover like crazy, and we are looking at right down to about 54%, right around this level here. If that's gonna be the case, and it could also be we can recover right down to this 49%. So we can take out all of this right down to 49%, Bitcoin dominance. That's gonna mean break even, like Bitcoin 50-50 and altcoins. So I think that's where we are heading towards. Altcoins are gonna do extremely well. And if we look at this other chart here, USD dominance, I talked about this earlier. I told you guys I already marked all of these zones. Yeah, I said that we are heading towards. We're still here. I said we are. If the fact that we have broken this zone, that means we are heading towards this vector candle here. We took out this one, and that means we're gonna take out this other one here. And there is a strong resistance level here. You can see. So it's gonna be not. It's not gonna be easy for USD dominance to just go straight and create the next highs. There should be some sort of resistance here, couple of weeks. And if there's gonna be the resistance here, remember back here we had multiple rejection to this resistance level. Now that it has flipped and get right up to this other resistance level, this zone should become support now. This zone, this range, and this one become resistance. That's what I'm seeing. So the next week candle should take us down somehow, right down to this level, test this level again, and this is how the alt season will take place. This money which is gonna leave USDT dominance is gonna go to somewhere. I think most of that money will go to altcoins. So this is what I wanted to show you guys with the USD dominance and Bitcoin dominance. Now going to gold and silver, let's see on what these bad boys are doing. Well, well, it's not surprising to me where we are now with silver. You can see, um, I I predicted this. Let me not use the word prediction. I anticipated price to get to this level. Why? Because of the structure, and I still anticipate price to move even further. Why? Because of this. This is the most recent demand and supply zone. So if we're gonna lose this minor demand and supply zone here, we lose this zone, we're gonna go straight to this other demand and supply zone, which is gonna be, let me mark the range here for you. So you can see it. Let's see. So this is the range. The range is 45.54 for silver. So if we are gonna lose that range up there, this is where we're gonna come. So expect to see silver here. If we break below 70, if we break below 70, then we can easily come down here, the next target. When we are here, I'm gonna be looking for the next target I want us to trade this. So going to the daily time frame now, let's see where we are. Yeah, yeah, you can see okay, we might recover half of this vector candle here. Then price might at one point attempt to this level before we see continuation back up. So this could be the zone that we get the major pullback. So like for example, price is gonna actually attack this range before anything else might happen. Yeah, then boom, back up there. So this is how I'm looking at silver price. But if say price is not able to go to this level, at least price can still do something like this, then go up there. This is also possible for price to do. But just look at how price is reacting on the 4 hours time frame. Particularly, you can see we have to break key structure here or change character. For example, we need to break and close above $98 to be able to be bullish again or to anticipate break of this previous high, which was around $121. Now looking at gold, let's see whether we have the same flavor with gold. I think so. I think we have the same flavor with gold. Yeah, you can see. If you look at the weekly setup for gold, gold even took a huge hit after going right up to 5,000, almost $6,000. Yeah, 5,500 or almost $5,600. Yeah. So you can see it took a huge hit right back to 4,400. And look at how this week is closing. This week might close um as an indecisive candle. But I think because this is more of like an order block, it was a huge sell off here and here. So we can easily come right down to this demand and supply um uh, level here. Let me mark it for you guys. So this is the next level. If we see gold, so it's gonna be around 3,900 level and right up to this level here. So this is a range where we should expect gold to go to this range for 4,300 and 3,900. This is the range for gold. And we still have more downside if possible. If we lose this range, then we're gonna come to this range. Guys, all of this is based on market structure. Right. We trying to build a structure here based on previous price action, based on demand and supply zone. And if price is gonna get there, we have to reassess to see how price is gonna react to those area. You know. Now, overall, I would say to you guys that we want to protect our capital, we want to protect ourselves. So how how should we go forward? Protecting our capital. Like staying out of them, being away from this whole garbage going on in the market. Of course, many people are saying Binance is insolvent. Binance have done that. Binance have done this. You know, all I see here is price actually responding to what investors want. Right? Investors want to see lower prices, not only with crypto across all markets, but crypto is just one of those, you know, um, let me say, one of those category that actually make a lot of noise, when it comes to finance. So how should we go about risk management now? Let's talk about that. It's important. We talk about risk management on what? Okay, let me just close some of my windows so I have full power. Yeah, I have full power now. We can go. Okay, going forward, I don't expect anyone to sell now. If you, if say you actually miss to sell before the dump, you are too late. Don't sell again. The key levels I mentioned to you, that's where you want to start looking at selling opportunity. If you see Bitcoin at $73,000, 25, then you should be looking at least exiting somehow from most of your altcoins. We are in a Bitcoin bear market officially. I could mention that in my video, like I think this week, right? That we are officially in a bear market, Bitcoin bear market, because we break structure on the weekly time frame and on the daily time frame. So don't sell anything now. But when you see Bitcoin at $73,000, you can then swap your altcoins to some altcoins to maybe other strong altcoins or to Bitcoin. But first of all, just be patient a little bit to see how next week is going to play out. Right, we might be entering an altcoin season, and if you look at what I showed you guys on crypto bubbles, you realize that there are some altcoins that are doing well against Bitcoin. Even though we saw this magic movement to the downside, these altcoins are really doing well against Bitcoin. But if you look at it at these altcoins against USDT, it wouldn't be that same. It wouldn't be the same. So this altcoin has strength, and if you swap it back to Bitcoin, it means you're gonna make more Bitcoin. And if you believe that Bitcoin is gonna go to 1 million someday, then this dip is nothing. And if Bitcoin can go to 1 million someday, then it means your altcoins that move alongside Bitcoin are gonna do well. So don't sell anything, just be patient, wait to see how price is gonna recover, and then from there you start looking at price reaction from $73,000 to $75,000. I think altcoins, if Bitcoin is gonna go to that price point, altcoins are going to do extremely well. We're going to see altcoins move 50%, 1x, and so on. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Huge money is coming back to altcoins. I think, I have a feeling we are going to enter the altcoin season soon. I might be wrong. Actually, it's not even a prediction. It's just a feeling, right? And feelings could be wrong, right? All right, guys. That was it for today. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. See you guys tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Today is Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah. Stay away from the market. But you are already in the market. So don't like ignore. Just go away and allow your coins to be. Relax. Nothing you do will change anything which has happened already. Okay. So that's it. Enjoy yourself. Bye, ciao.